Welcome back, friends. So this one is pretty special. We're gonna try to get through these two. Spider-Man and Daredevil. Blind Justice. I got 3 kids. 3 kids, 2 dogs, and a cat. All of them like to see me come home, and now again, kids? I don't know about you, Howard. The name is Cold Breeze Chump. Detective Rollins. I don't think my client, whatever, but I don't get off on being locked up at night long with dirt like you. Capiche? What's this guy? Same guy? You're gonna do some good time in the joint for kidnapping that little girl. Real though, real tough guy, ain't ya? Lakesh Ricard Island Penitentiary, Danny. Oh, they're gonna love you in the Rikes, Howard, with that cute little bald head of yours. Of course. If you cooperate a little, maybe we can make life a bit safer for y'all. Do you think later? Do your thinking later, consoler, let me do my job. One last time, Howard, you confess to the pawnbroker murder, and we get your easy time to obsessing. We get your 3rd degree manslaughter knocked off 1, maybe 2 years. You behave yourself and you'll be a safe parole in 3 to 5 to 5. Give me grief and I'll feed you to the sharks. Come on, Howard. My cat's waiting. I didn't do it. I didn't off the pawnbroker man. Straight time or hard time I don't cite for nothing I didn't do. Sure, we took the place down for what we could get once the riot started. But we had no reason to kill him. We would have got what we wanted anyways. Against sight, Danny. Oh, Sergeant, this is getting us nowhere. My client is not prepared to either confess or plea bargain at this point, and since your murder case against him is hanging on by a thread, I think we have a reasonable solid position. Real solid, Chip. More solid than he knows the boy isn't lying. I've been monitoring him, his pulse rate with my hypersensitive hearing since I arrived this morning. Whether other crimes this young man may have committed, the pawnbroker murder wasn't one of them. Blast. You got the wrong dude, man. I'm innocent. You're breaking my heart. You're breaking my heart, kid. Roscoe, get him out of here. Well, what Murdoch? Hotshot, big deal lawyer? How's this look? Huh. I mean, it's okay, Chip. You can still look at things when you're blind. Just a different perspective. As for your questions, I believe him. Much as I wish I didn't, he was supposed to get my client off. You see, my client's up on the same charge. I think he's innocent too. Yeah, everybody's innocent. Nobody did nothing. Meanwhile, that pawnbroker's dead. How would I see about that. Look, Matt, this isn't like when we were in law school together. We never lost one, remember? Don't give up. Don't give up yet, Chip. I'm not. Life is the real world. Life in the real world is just a bit tougher. I think our clients are going to be cellmates. How's it going, Matthew? That bad, huh? My paper wants to dump the story somewhere on the pages 118 and send me off to the cover and women's mud wrestling finals in Bayonne. What did you tell them, Ben? Nothing. I called in sick. Old news hounds like me Old new hounds like me are a bit outdated, perhaps, but when we stumble onto a story, we stick with it. Case in point, look how long it took me to discover you, whether the man without fear, but I did it. Keep it down. Where you been? There's nobody around, but you already know that, don't you? Some time ago, reporters been ultra rich discovered that the Matt is Daredevil Danny. Let's see if I've got this straight, Matt. That blackout 2 nights ago touched off a mini riot at a local pawn shop. Spider-Man intervened. Too late to protect the pawnbroker from a bullet fired by someone hidden within the crowd. Based on some circumstantial evidence, your client, one John Santiago, was picked out of that crowd and then charged with the crimes. You yourself were pressed into defending the young man. The cop had circumstantial evidence and lots of eyewitnesses' testimony, which the kid and his family all claim was false. You enlisted the aid of your ex-girlfriend Natasha Romanoff, aka the Black Widow, to track down the street gang that was the primary catalyst in the pawn shop looting, and that your client claimed was behind all this false testimony. At this point, enter our body, Howard Cole Breeze, Mannix, owner of the alleged murder weapon. A brief kidnapping chase and McNeil was brought in. Right, the trouble is McLean guns didn't check out. We can't pin the pawn shop murder on him. Can't or won't. Coffee? I have a feeling you know the boy is innocent, just as you know your client is innocent. You could probably find a way to pin the rap on either of them if you wanted to. But you won't be satisfied until you find Matthew. I hate it when he does that. Sometimes I can't stand Ben Unrich. I hate people who seem to have the ability to look right through me, see who I am and I feel. Okay, que les va bien. I can't fool him like I fool everyone else. I can't throw him off by being distant or mysterious. The man just takes one look at me and pins my soul to the wall. I love you, Ben. And I hate your guts. You know what's bugging me? I've lived my life as Daredevil and Matt Murdock, fighting for justice, and here it is slipping through my fingers. My client Juan Santiago isn't the killer. I'm positive of that. Unfortunately, neither is Cold Breeze. The trouble is, if Juan didn't do it, and if Cole didn't, then therefore a murderer is still running around loose, and I hate that. I'm convinced that those gang's members know a lot more than they are telling. If I'm lucky, they might be back at their headquarters putting the pieces back together after the window and the spider and the Spidey trashed it. And where is Spider-Man anyway? He took such an active of interest in the case and then disappeared. Could his disappearance be connected to that of all the other heroes who have turned up missing? Strange things are brewing. But now I've got to get to that gang HQ. According to Natasha, I should be getting close. Meanwhile, at Zingnick's pawn shop, the site of the murder. You're nuts, Natasha. This neighborhood ain't your style. You're much too classy. A dame, Ivan. You know why I'm here. Matt's case will go down the drain unless we can find the real killer. I don't see why you gotta be involved. Why don't you just let somebody else down here and check the dump out like the Marnies? Ivan, I'm Matt's friend. What are friends for? Hello again, boys. Imagine running into you here. Isn't her the widow chick from last night? Be cool, man. She's got nothing on us. Not yet, Sonny. But when I find the new owner, I'm sure he'll want you boys to put away. Where is he? Tied up in the back, or did you shoot him too? Oh my, no, miss, you're making a mistake. I'm Frank Arnold's the new owner. I bought this pawn shop and what was left of it inventory from Mr. Zenley's, the previous owner, widow. These boys are merely helping me unpack. Well, miss, somebody got to help this disadvantaged kids. If we don't give them a chance to turn their lives around, who will? I'm just doing my part. Sort of a community thing, you understand? I understand that a man is dead, Mr. Arnold. An innocent young man will pay for that crime unless I can produce the real killer. Who am I beating is one of yours disadvantaged kids. You continue your commute, services, Mr. Arnold. While you're at it, try sleeping at night. While an innocent boy rots in prison, Mr. Arnold. Later. Blast it, Tasha. Let's get the heck out of here. Arnold, who is the killer? Arnold, who knows who the killer is? Them goons over there are starting to look at you funny. I don't like it. But how to make him talk? Well, I'm getting pretty thirsty. We got a couple pages left. You boys really disappeared on me. The Black Widow led me to believe you guys were so much tougher. I'm going to have to speak to her about this. You guys are sloppy, ill-prepared, no plan, no skill, and you falselessly, unimpressed. Come on, guys, show me how bad you are. Pretend I'm one of those old ladies you roll for their social security checks, or the helpless young girls you drag off to seclude alleyways. The other point. Come on, put me towards the brave ones of who blew Zelenik, the pawnbroker, and let an innocent kid take the blame for it. Just what I was looking for, a volunteer. Sing to me. Sure, man, anything you say. What is this? Kingpin? There is a gym on the 62nd floor of this building. It serves but one purpose: to make one of those world's most deadly men all more deadlier. Wilson Fisk, the undisputed kingpin of crime in 6th floor, 6 feet, 500 pound of solid muscle. He controls all underworld activity on the East Coast. Arranged, you may begin your report once the exercise begins. Ah, yes, sir. Gentlemen, business has been exemplary in all sectors, reporting for reasons no one can seem to explain. Operations interfered by costume adventurers seem to be an all-time low. It's an almost all of them have disappeared off the face of the earth. Almost all. Well, yes. I've been experiencing a small setback in one of our lower east side franchises. Something to do with him. It's here somewhere. Daredevil. That was unfortunate. I've never injured a man in my workouts before. Please see it to it that he is well taken care of, and pay him double rate for the time he must now spend at home healing. Then meet me in my office. I wish to be fully briefed on the small setback. Oh wow, that's really nice of him. You lied to me, Juan. You're a thief, a murderer, part of the same low-life gang who shot Zelnik. You were holding out the gang's percentages, giving them grief. They set you up for the murder, charged to get you out of here, out of their hair. Did they tell Daredevil who shot the dude? No. You know something, Matty boy? Life is freaked up, sort of like this house of cards. You take time and a whole lot of patience, but you're not together right. Then the junk starts and life gets tough, so you make your move, you figure out your angles, and then some smart behind blind man comes along and tears it all down. Zelnik was your fence, wasn't he? Zelnik was your fence, wasn't he? You and your gang ripped off your neighbors and sold the stuff to him. So, okay, I wasn't that Boy Scout. Yeah, he did a few stick-ups, but I didn't off Zelnik. I know. Well, in that case, start doing your job and mind your own business. Later at Matt Murdoch's Midtown house. That's what he told me. Do my job and mind my business. I wanted to quit. Then do it. Let Huang hang himself with his own rope. That boy needs to be off the streets, Matt. Just plead barging down the murder charge and let your wonderful American judicial system do the rest. That's not my style. I want to see justice done and my clients protected. Even though he's a murderer, even though he's a mugger, muggers have rights and muggers have rights too, Natasha. Not in Russia, Mr. Murdoch. Sometimes I think your American freedom is taken to a ridiculous extreme. Maybe. Well, since you're so determined, I think I can help solve your mystery. There's a Mr. Frank around involved in all of this. I'm sure he knows who killed the pawnbroker. Huh? You didn't say. You didn't ask. Is we on yet? One more moment, Mr. Will Kinks. Look into the camera. This is in Central Park. Okay, roll 'em. This is Shia Rogue's Channel 8 on the Spot News. With a live report from Central Park minutes ago, Spider-Man along with members of the Avengers and most of the rest of the missing superheroes emerged from a strange alien structure which temporarily appeared in the area behind me. Mr. Ansley Wilski here witnessed it all. Yeah, I seen it. It was lunchtime, so I come down here to the park. Me and Charlie play cards most every day. I know Charlie be later. He's always late. So I wandered on down to take a look at the spot where the space thing first showed up. Next thing I knew, the space thing appeared. It was glowing and humming, and suddenly, hang on the door, Connors. I think we're going to make it this time. We did it. We really did it. We got through. Then he asked me for a swing from the thermos. Curse, I gave him a hard time. I don't let just anyone swing out of my thermos. Sure, help yourself. Take a big gulp, doctor. You'll feel better. That spider fella tried to spook me, but I stood my ground. Yeah, who? We're back. And when he took off and them Avengers people showed up. I'm sorry, Mr. Will, but we're out of time. Back to you in the studio, Rogue. What is that, Spider-Man? What are you looking for up there? My clothes. My new jacket and shoes must have fallen to the ground when my web ball evaporated. They're just gone, and some birds covered the rest of my clothes into the superstructure from his new nest. My clothes. I hid my civis is one of these trees just minutes before I got whisked away into the other galaxy. Ugh, what a mess. I'll never be able to wear them again. Well, at least my wallet and my keys were still there. That means that not only can I get back into my apartment, but I can pay all my bills that are probably stuffed under the door. Not to worry, Spider-Man. I really don't think anyone would believe me anyways. But first, I gotta get you home before some over-anxious shutterbug snaps your picture. Remembers, we can't tell anyone what happened to us. For a fuller account of the Spider and the Dog's return, see Amazing Spider-Man number 522 to find out more about where they've been. Don't miss an issue of Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars. The next day. Oh, I'm looking over my dead dog Rover. What's this thing? It's knowing that your door isn't always open and you're figuring and furniture's gone. I never thought I'd appreciate my little corner of the world, be it ever so crummy. You light up my wife. Ben Unrich. What? Sankun? Huh? Life is great, ain't it? Well, it is, isn't it, Peter Parker? The Daily Bugle's ace photos and God's gift to the Nikon. Where you've been, on a planet in a far distant galaxy, fighting for the salvation of the universe. Well, join me in a cup of Java. I need a distraction from bayonet and mud wrestlers. You remember the Santiago kid, the one upon the murder one rap? Yeah, I shot some flicks of him. Didn't Spider-Man find the real killer and get Santiago off? Nope. It turns out the other guy was clean. It's back to square one with the Santiago kid. What nags me is I'm sure he didn't. Peter, I really hate that. Dumb. I thought this mess was all cleared up before I was zapped into the Never Land. They're still going to lock up an innocent kid. Well, I can't let that happen. I'm hiding in this corner of the roof now. Let's see if I remember how to do this. If I just concentrate hard enough. Yeah, my street clothes takes on their own secret identity now. Say hello to the all-new, all-different Spider-Man. Oh boy, I'm impressed. This suit is great. I mean, the style won't keep Bill Blast up at night, but it's real functional. Imagine no more leaving my street clothes balled up in an alley somewhere. If it's better and it's more durable than my old threads, and the new webbing shooters are simply tough. Ah dang. This is it, the big times. Maybe after I wrap up this mess with that Santiago kid, I shall roll up the rest of my old Spidey outfits and dribble them into the nearest Goodwill deposit box. That way, underprivileged kids worldwide can slip into one of my old outfits and be instantly persuaded by old republishers with crew cuts. And in this case, maybe old Jameses would be justified if I'd been more alert. Zendik might not be dead to begin with. Meanwhile, at the law office of Nelson and Murdoch, so Mr. Wagner got himself a new lawyer, huh? I'm sorry, Foggy, but Mr. Wagner said he couldn't wait any longer, and Matt disappeared again. Working on the Santiago case, nobody can find him. Come on, Becky, how many guys does it take to find one blind man? Let me guess. 5. 1 to lead him, and the other 4 to confuse his dog. Come on, you must have seen me before. Oh, who are you? I'm Crime Fighter. Idol of millions. You'll believe maybe thousands. Name starts with an S. Listen, mister, we don't want any trouble. Come on, Nelson, don't play dumb. Who else can stick to the walls like this? The Black Widow, the Fly, the Beetle, or Foggy, I think it's Spider-Man in a silly outfit. Give the lady a biscuit. I'm here to see your boss, but I take it he's done a fade out on you. My partner is busy with the case. Yes, the Santiago case, murder thing. I was in on that. I was hoping we could compare notes. But since Murdoch is not here, I'll just have to handle it on my own. If you find Matt along the way, mind him that he's got 1 or 2 paying clients to, E.T. phone home. Great, no Murdoch, no chance to get a quick brief on what went wrong with his case. I need a clue, a hint, anything at all to give me some directions to go in. Guess I'll check out the goons' hideout. See if anyone wants to chit-chat. She called my new outfit silly looking. Sister, that hairdo of yours gave me a real charge too. Natasha, how can you be so sure this Arnold guy knows something? Magic? Come on, come again? I didn't survive as a spy all these years not being able to read people. Therefore, sometimes about a man who squimmers like that. Daredevil, down here. Who's that man? He's called a ranger. He's one of the Kingpin's men. Mr. Fisk wishes me to present you with a proposition. You make deals with the Kingpin? Natasha, no. Okay, a ranger, talk to me. Across town, very entertaining. Now I've seen clues before. This definitely feels like a clue. The gang's loading a lot of stuff from their headquarters to take it to somewhere. What's interesting is the stuff they're packing looks an awful lot like the goods that were stolen from Zinlick's pawn shop during the riot. Of course, I could be wrong, and Kerry Coleman could be a KKK hydroid. Son of a Don stopped in the alley behind the certain pawn shop. Okay, I made a mistake. I thought having the boys stock the shelves in broad daylight would throw out some suspicion while you filled the store with stuff. No good, man. We had a Daredevil break up our crib today. We don't want no more hassles with that guy. We want out. We're hanging up our colors. Pay up, Mr. Arnold. We're out. Excuse me, Mr. Arnold. Oh, company. My spider sense read it's a bad company. Zach Zolnik was one of the Kingpin's key men in this area. He's found out you're the guy who's dropped on him. Mr. Arnold. Me? Kill Zolnik. You got no evidence. The Kingpin, he don't need no evidence. Zolnik was our key fence down here. He moved a lot of merchandise for a lot of people. I bought a lamp for my ma from him once. You wanted in? Tried to buy a couple times. The Kingpin got records. Zolnik wouldn't sell, so you offended him. No. Okay, I'll admit it. I killed him. He wouldn't sell. We would have been partners. I never wanted to kill him. I never wanted to die. The night of the riot, I was drinking. I don't know where I got the gun. Please, don't kill me. I'll do anything. I'm glad you said that. No blowing away zone. Now go home and write. I must not impersonate Humphrey Bogart 1,000 times. Spider-Man, he wasn't part of the deal, wasn't? Waste him. At last, someone recognized me right off. Who says thugs have no remedying social values? Hey, Arnold. Was it something I said? Wait up. Hey, Daredevil, alright, let's the two of us take those jokers. Hold on, Spider-Man. Back off, web slinger. These men are under my protection. These men, the Kingpin's men, we're about to shoot Arnold. I suppose that's okay with you? You're running everything? And you're acting strange, pal. I think you need your horns raided. If you won't help me, I'll take these jokers myself. First, the Kingpin's men. Gotta run. Gotta get away. You cannot run fast enough, Frank Arnold. You have a crime to pay for. No. I still have my gun. It won't do any good. You can hand it to me, or it will take it from you, or I'll take it, or we will take it from you. Likewise, you can come with me to jail, or you can stay and deal with this kingpin wrath. Your move. Meanwhile, 10 seconds to explain Hornhead that I shake hands with your face. Arnold would never have confessed with the kingpin's influence. Now he has Santiago gets justice, the kingpin gets even with Arnold. That was the deal I made with the kingpin. Deal you made? I don't know about you, DD. For a guy as straight as you, that was a real strange thing to do in the name of justice. I guess you felt you didn't have much choice but going to the kingpin. We're supposed to be the good guys, remember? Case dismissed. Hey man, you did it. You got me off. In court, Juan. But on the street, you're still on your own. Your ex-gang will still be after you. After your tail. You'll probably be safer in jail. Hey man, you're my lawyer. You gotta give me help. Me, you've got to. Sorry, Juan. I'm a lawyer, not a bodyguard. Proud of yourself? No, I made some unpleasant compromise to see some imperfect justice done. I don't feel very good about it. Everything worked out. Doesn't that make it alright? Why the sudden rush of mortality? Something Spider-Man said to me last night. Something about justice. I've got a lot to think about to do. Well, all that's well. I hate clinches, but I do love it when things fall into place. Arnold goes to jail, the kid gets spring, the sun is shining, and the birds are singing. Maybe I was a little hard on Daredevil. We're both on the same side. But gee, I wonder why he never said anything about my new suit. When was this one published? 1984. This comic book was published in 1984. Nice. Okay, I'll see you guys soon.